What's up guys, it's Ryan here, and welcome to this video talking all about the brand new tier 92 trimmed masterwork armor. As some of you may know, the Mining and Smiting rework came out 2 days ago, and I approached this rework with one goal. I wanted to make myself, from scratch, a full set of the masterwork gear. It's tier 90 power gear, and you can spend a little bit of money to upgrade it into tier 92. After that, you can get it fitted, and once it's fitted, it is by far the most powerful gear in the entire game. Here's why. Once fitted, it's augmentable tier 92 power gear for melee. This provides the best in slot stats for the helmet slot, the body slot, the leg slot, and the boot slot, and the gloves are outclassed only by Cinderbanes and the Death Touch bracelet in some situations. So pretty much best in slot across the board. But it doesn't end there. For the first time in Runescape history, this is a set of gear that does not degrade at all while training Slayer, anytime you're on a Slayer task. On top of that, it will not degrade during any elite dungeon runs like the other tier 92 gears, and to top it all off, it also will not degrade at all when doing a Reaper assignment. So this is gear you can hypothetically make and keep forever, so long as you're slaying, doing Reaper assignments, or doing elite dungeons. On top of that, once you fitted it, it becomes untradeable, but the drain rate on it is reduced by 50%. So even if you want to use this on anything and everything, it will last a very long time. Now, if what I'm talking about seems pretty overpowered, just wait because it gets even better. There's also a set effect to this armor for the first time for any power armor in RuneScape. When you take damage while wearing this armor, it's going to deal half the damage to you immediately, and then it's going to divvy out the remaining half of the damage over the next 6 seconds. And on paper, a lot of people were wondering why that's so good. And I'm going to be coming out with a testing video on this armor later on in the week that I cannot wait to make, but there are some incredible ways to take advantage of this. It basically allows you to tank a hit twice as large as anything that you'd normally get one hit by. So some examples of this are the Calphite King Green attack. This would normally hit you 14,000 damage through melee prayer, and now with this armor, it's going to hit you 7,000, and then it's going to bleed you another 7,000 over the next 6 seconds. And just like that, you can start to see some applications for this. It is going to be insanely difficult to die in this gear. You tank a rock at 1,000 in rage, it's going to hit you a 6,000 or 7,000, and then you know you can eat up and survive the rest of it. You miss a prayer flick at Yakamaru, it's no longer going to one-hit you, it's going to hit half of your HP, and then the other half over time once you're ready for it. If you miss time a hold still or a Gillen or uppercut, it's going to hit you a very small amount, and then you've got time to eat. So in my opinion, the combination of the effects of this gear make it the best overall gear in the entire game. Hands down, not even close to anything else. On the first day of the Mining and Smiting rework, I did a lot of mining, and I put a little bit of money into buying the bars. In order to make the Masterwork set, you need to make 12 glorious bars. Each of these bars take 50 of every single bar in the game, including the new ones, and then you have to fold it 1,001 times per bar. This is extremely time consuming, and this process gives you no experience. It takes 20 minutes per bar, so for the 12, that's 3 hours of just tapping this bar one after the other. 3 hours. And that's not even the long part of the process. After you're done tapping for 3 hours, you can then actually heat your bars and form the Masterwork armor pieces. You need a total of 12 to make the set, and each piece is 32,000 progress in the anvil. So you can kind of see how the hours pile up. At maximum efficiency, you could do this in about 9 or 10 hours. It took me closer to 14. It was an absolute mission, but I'm pleased to say only a day after the Mining and Smiting rework has come out, I managed to make myself the full set of gear. Making a set of tier 90 yourself is actually quite inexpensive. I mined about a third of the ores, and then with only 20 or 30 mil, I got all the other bars I needed to make the set. The thing that is expensive is turning that tier 90 into tier 92. To do that, I went to the Dragon Forge, and I sacrificed 2 Torva plate bodies and 2 Malevolent plate bodies as well. That totaled about 110 million coins. Quite a pretty penny to sink into it, but I'd already put so much time into the tier 90 gear, I couldn't stop there. I had to go for the trimmed, custom-fitted, tier 92 Masterwork gear. And 110 or 150 or however much I spent mil sounds like a lot, but when you figure that it's objectively the best single armor set in the entire game, you can't not do it. So I bit the bullet, I made myself my own set of custom Masterwork gear. It didn't cost that much when it's all said and done, and now I'm finally ready to PVM. So look out for a testing video at some point later on in the week. I just kind of wanted to share the journey with you. It was extremely long, it was extremely arduous, but it was also really enjoyable. I have to say, the mining and smithing rework really surprised me, and I wasn't expecting it to be as great as it was. I was very skeptical at first, but it feels so rewarding to put a lot of time and energy and effort into making a great piece of gear that you can actually use. It has proper PVM applications. I didn't do it for experience, you get almost nothing. I just made it so that I could use it myself for my PVMing, and it was really satisfying to do that. It's something that I've missed from RuneScape in the last little bit, where I'm making hundreds of thousands of plate bodies, or chain bodies, or magic bodies, or range bodies, whatever I'm making, it's thousands of them if I'm going to train my stats. And to instead have to work for hours and hours on end to make a single set of gear, it's just really refreshing and it's really cool. So if you're considering making this gear, I would say absolutely go for it, or at least start working towards it. It's relatively AFK, and all in all, the feeling at the end of getting that set is the absolute best. So anyway, guys, I know it's a quick video for me. I just thought I would update you on my thoughts on the mining and smithing rework. I think, personally, it's one of the best updates that's come into the game in the last many, many years. I think it came off relatively without a hitch. I know there's some little problems with PVM drops, but outside of that, I think for the size of the update and how well it's been received, I think they knocked it out of the park. So anyway, guys, I'll see you in a couple days with another Iron Man challenge and then a testing video as well for the tier 92 fitted masterwork armor. I am very excited for it. I think being able to tank rocks at 1000% Telos, being able to tank the green at Calphite King, it just gives you so many options, and it should be so hard to get KO'd in this gear. So anyway, I'm going to be trying it out at as many different places as possible. If there's anywhere you specifically want to see me try it out at, let me know as well, and I will see you guys in a couple days for that video.